The political way. Now I saw he had an interview with Carson Tucker. It's going on. It's making rounds right now.
What's going on?
Like, listen to it. It was just interesting because I didn't watch the whole thing. It was like 2 hours, but he was just asking him about Ukraine. You know, the whole Ukraine thing. I know us, our kind don't really understand what's going on, but we have an idea of what's going on. But it was interesting because the way he was answering the questions, man, like a boss. Yeah, because you would ask him. He said first thing is like, you know, when they started the conversation, what's his name? Carson Tucker was like, so this is how we start. Let's start the conversation this way. What's going on with Ukraine? He's like, before I answer that question, I'm going to give you a brief history of Russia and Ukraine. And this guy went for like 30 minutes talking about independence and stuff. And this guy kept, you know, stopping him to explain himself. But it was interesting how he answered that question because I was confused. This guy was talking about all kind of stuff that went down. But it went on to, you know, explain. He was like, you know, that's one thing Americans don't understand or other countries. But yeah, it's interesting. Y'all got to check it out. Maybe we could talk about it in depth next, on the next
Is it more of a thing that, like, is it like with history, just something that happened in the past and this is still going on, or is it history repeating itself, or?
I think the basis of it is because, you know, what's going on with Israel and Palestine and all that stuff. So he was just asking, because I guess maybe Russia is being blamed for the whole war thing or something like that. So they want to see it from his point of view. But he was just giving some good facts, like, you know, what's really going on. He was like, you know, it was the base. I mean, when I watched it, I feel like the whole thing was just that. You know, it's our country. We're gonna fight for it. That's pretty much what it is. Everybody has a history. You know, everybody has something they fight for. So it is what it is. So that's kind of what it was. But he was breaking it down so people can understand. And you know, they asked a lot of questions. I didn't even know they have a hostage from the United States. They have like, you have you know, the guy Carson Tucker asked him, "Are you gonna release him and stuff?" He said, "We're open to negotiations, but we're not gonna release him." He said, but he was so. It's interesting. You're so professional about it. Like it's like you're serious. Like, you know, it's just like, man, this is crazy. Like he wasn't doing like what all these other presidents, you know, joking around. He's like, you know, he said, when I first asked you to do this, when you first asked me to do these interviews, I asked you, is this gonna be entertainment or is this gonna be serious? I was like, man. He's like, okay, if it's gonna be serious, let me continue. I was like, oh my God. But it was interesting. Y'all gotta, it's making rounds because, you know, Carson Tucker he got fired from Fox for being like, you know, controversial and stuff. But now his channel, it's like a podcast. His channel is like big right now because he doesn't have anybody holding him back from saying what he wants and stuff like that. That's why he got my interest. So
his own platform.
Yeah, he has his own platform, and you know, and Fox News is funny. They actually put a clip of the interview, and now instead of them having their banner on there, they were having his banner saying, you know, they're reporting from his channel. So that was cool.
That's his deal.
But I mean, it's politics, but it's good to always tap in and see what's really going on because there's a lot of messages.
So Russia is fighting for Ukraine.
I think they fight Russia.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
They want Ukraine.
Yeah.
They say it's weird because Ukraine became its own country, but like half the country wants to be part of Russia because they're truly Russians. They like separated from Russia and became their own country, and then like half the country wants to stay as like the European NATO. But they actually said majority of them want to be Russian though. Majority want to. The NATO's just scared if they become Russian, they'll be too close to NATO, and then it'll be danger to, you know, the Westerners.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but the country wants to be Russian. Like most of them want to be Russian. It's just in our youth, they make it seem like they don't want to be Russian at all. They're like, oh, they're taking over Ukraine, but a lot of them want to be Russian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that's really what happened with that's why Putin says it belongs to Russia. It's like our own place. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Speaking of politics, man, it's election year, man.
Who are you voting for?
I can't say that, but you know.
Do you even vote? When was the last time you voted?
The last time I voted was 2018, I think.
College, you know,
you voted for.
You know, I'll call you out. You know,
for what?
What did you do when you voted? Where did you go?
2018 for what?
No, I was in college at the time, and so it wasn't for the presidents. It was for like the governors and stuff in Texas.
Oh my God,
so,
college.
But I didn't vote for a president nothing before.
So you never voted for a president before?
Nah.
You don't plan to?
I mean,
this year?
Might this year.
Chief Keef.
Chief Keef for president, always.
But you know, the funny thing is, if somebody asks if you voted The governor. I mean, you know, he was asking for a president. I mean, that's the first thing you say. Who's the governor? I
don't even remember the names. I just went because in school they was like, "Oh, you guys take advantage."
Yeah, the school mandated or
yeah, it was right at my college, like right before class.
Advised you guys.
Yeah, I was like, let me go vote. They gave me a little cute sticker and stuff. I put on my hand. Went to first period and yeah.
You don't want to be left out.
Yeah, I don't want to be left out, man. It's just funny because I was just pressing buttons the whole time. I didn't even know what I was doing. It was like on some machine or something.
Are you voting?
I can't vote.
Oh, that was a good quick response. I can't vote either, but that's another story.
I'll have someone vote on the behalf of me.
I don't know. It's the whole voting thing. Like, I mean, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, like it's funny. They asked Putin about that too. They said, do you think it's true that American, the ballots are not, accurate and stuff like that? And he gave a basic answer. He said, you gotta remember, there's a lot of hands. I don't want to spoil it for y'all. Y'all gotta watch it. It was translated, obviously, but so I don't even know if you're saying what we think you're saying. But Carson Tucker was asking in English, and the translator can answer it. But he's like, you gotta look at it this way. I mean, it's made by human beings, and there's human beings counting it. There's going to be error. It's not 100%. So something is it's gonna happen everywhere. He was just like open about it. He's like, and he was talking about, he even gave an example. He said the things that America is worried about, the border control with the Hispanics and stuff. He was talking about even working together. He has some big points. Like, he's like, instead of doing that, he said he was just saying like, it's funny. We're fighting our Ukraine country and stuff like that. But you guys have a bigger issue with immigration and stuff. But you want to send troops and stuff like that, but you can't even control your own issue, which is a little bit less. He felt like it's not as even harder to control versus them going into other, but he said, I'm not being disrespectful to the United States, but it just kind of doesn't make sense, interfering with the other governments when you have a bigger problem to take care of,
Exactly.
So it was that's why it kind of got caught my attention. I was like, oh, he's speaking some stuff.
Sure.
So